sui tuoi fianchi, la mattina nasce il sole, entra odio ed esce amore, dando melodia.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Scent Safari on Maximilian Must Know channel. This week we're looking at a house called Profumi del Forte. Now this is a house that gets a lot of love from the community for the wonderful Vittoria Apuana, but they have a lot more going on. I do love Apuana. It was one of my top 100 fragrances of all time on my blog. I think it's the best tropical smelling fragrance I've ever come across. I haven't gotten around to getting a bottle yet, but we definitely discussed it in an episode of Sample Shopping, and I will get around to giving that one a full review, I promise. I had a little bit of a relationship with this house because of that post on my blog, so I asked for some samples. They put me in touch with Marlena at EM Distribution. She sent me a really nice package with a bunch of scents from Profumi del Forte and some other houses that we'll take a look at next week in a special episode of Scent Safari. But this week is about Profumi del Forte. Now, the way Scent Safari works is I reach out to a house, usually that I don't have a fragrance from yet in my collection. I have a very large collection, almost 500 bottles, always looking to add new houses to that collection. And when they send me samples, I pick the 4 that I think are the most interesting, and I smell them for the first time on camera. What I do is about 3 hours before the episode, I apply the 4 to different pulse points, and then before the episode begins, I freshen them up. That way I get a good feel of the dry down in the middle, and then when the episode starts, I can also give you a refreshed opinion on the top of the fragrance. Now, before we dive in, let me give you a little bit of back information on this house. Please excuse me, I'm a little congested. This is a newer house. It was started in 2007 by a gentleman named Enzo Torre in Tuscany, actually at Forte del Marmi, and the quest was to make the best fragrances from the best materials, the best packaging. It's really a house that is very much consumed with making beautiful products through and through. They enlisted the great Bertrand Duchaufour to do some of their fragrances. Many of their fragrances you'll see have oceanic influences. All are influenced by the perfumer's experience and travels. As far as where you can purchase these, Lucky Scent online, I would say, is your best bet. I believe some Neiman Marcus and some Bergdorf Goodman locations carry these as well. I know that Bendel in New York City had these up until when their fragrance department folded about a year ago, which I still don't understand why they did that, but that's an entirely different topic. The first one we're going to look at today is this one all the way at the right, and it's called Terentio. This one came out in 2008. It was a Duchaufour fragrance, and the notes on it are marine accord, Sicilian bitter orange, bergamot, Egyptian jasmine, elemi oil, basil, oak moss, sandalwood, and white musk. A 50 ml bottle of this one will run you $155. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I really like this one. This is a nice marine scent that reminds me quite a bit of Salmarin by Healy. It's really well done. I would say the difference between this and, say, Apuana is that Apuana is a really fruity sort of beach scent, and this one doesn't have the fruit but has this salty, almost algae-like accord to it. This would be a perfect fragrance to wear seaside or at the beach. I could easily see this one becoming someone's signature scent. So I was really impressed by this one right off the bat. The next one we're going to look at, the one in the middle, is called Vasily Platinum. Now this one came out in 2011, also a Duchaufour fragrance. Notes on this one are bergamot, grapefruit, pink pepper, black pepper, rhubarb, myrrh, geranium, freesia, magnolia, rose, lily of the valley, immortale, vanilla, oak moss, incense, cedar, vetiver, and patchouli. 100 ml of this one is $295. Now, the second I smelled this one, the first thing I thought was, oh, this is like Terra de Hermes by Hermes. And I was thinking, well, why would anyone pay $300 for Terra de Hermes? Well, This one is so much prettier than Terra de Hermes. The citrus in this one is coupled with grapefruit. So you have this gorgeous citrus accord that is just accentuated perfectly by the signature Duchau 4 pink pepper. There's also black pepper in here. And then you have this nice rhubarb twist. And the rhubarb in there provides a nice little bit of bitterness. But what I love about this one personally, and what I really love, is the combination of the cedar and the vetiver in the base. It creates this really earthy, almost root-like accord that contrasts with the crispness of the fruit. So almost like the contrast between like a really creamy burrata with like heirloom tomato, and you have that milkiness of the burrata with the acidity of the tomato. Really reminds me of the crispness of the citrus with the earthiness of the vetiver. This is a really rooty dark vetiver, sort of the vetiver that's an Encre Noir by Lalique. This one to me is a stunner. It's a stunning scent. I like the first one, but this one is really a great perfume. The next one we're going to look at is this one here. It is Vasily Vintage Bois, also done by Duchau 4. This one came out in 2009. 100 ml of this one will go for $245, and this one features notes of bitter orange, bergamot, vetiver, lavender, bourbon geranium, honey, cedar, patchouli, tonka, and emily. This one is really nice. It's the first from the line that I get a bit of a barbershop vibe to. I could imagine this one be classified as an Oriental, but it has a bit of a fougere vibe to it with the lavender and the bergamot. It's very crisp. This is a good one for like a business person. Would I wear this one? I don't know, probably not, because I have a bunch of these barbershop wispy fragrances, and the king of those for me is Invasion Barbar by MDCI, but this one has a wonderful quality to it. It's a very nice scent. The one we're going to finish with, guys, is this guy right here called 1475 Colonia del Forte. This one came out in 2011 and features notes of Amalfi lemon and green notes at the top, ginger, salt, and seawater in the middle, oak moss, woods, and vanilla in the base. Now, I have seen this one online from discounters for around $120. And this one, getting a whiff of it now, anyone who likes the original Acqua di Parma, this is sort of the same vibe with some ginger in there. This one reminds me a lot of a cross between Acqua di Parma Colonia and Dior Sport, because Dior Sport has that beautiful lemon and ginger combo. You look at houses like Xerjoff, Acqua di Parma, Profumi Roma, Eau de Italy, and I'm continually impressed by the Italian ability to make simple citrus scents that smell of immeasurable quality. And for me, good Italian food obviously isn't the Olive Garden. We know that. But it's also not even these Italian-American restaurants that we're used to. To me, great Italian cuisine is really simple food prepared expertly with the best ingredients. One of my best friend's mothers used to say, from Italy, great Italian cook, used to say 3 ingredients is already too many. And I love these high quality citrus scents where the citrus note is allowed to shine, and it's just, this one in this case, just slightly accentuated by a little bit of ginger, a little bit of green, some salt, and some vanilla in the dry down. This one is gorgeous as well, and those looking for a high-end citrus, I would really recommend giving this one a look. So what do I think? What's my takeaway from these scents that Profumi del Forte sent to me through EM Distribution? I'm really impressed. There's a wide array of fragrances here. These are obviously people concerned with mastering their craft. The bottles, which I've had the pleasure to hold, have marble caps. There's not a lot of flash here. They're not spewing a bunch of marketing bullshit. The scents do the talking. The theme to me is coastal, but there's so many different variations, the same way that all the regions in Italy have different cuisines and dishes indigenous to them. That's sort of the way I look at these fragrances. There's a common thread tying them all together, which is quality and something a little bit sea-like, but they're all different and they're all really well done. So I'm really impressed. I need to check out more from this house. I definitely am going to be buying a bottle of Apuana, and I'm definitely going to be buying a bottle of Vasily Platinum. And who knows, I'm sure there'll be more than that in the future. So guys, I'm going to link to Profumi del Forte in the description. And if you have any questions that I can answer, I'd be more than happy to help you out with them. We, of course, will be back this weekend with another review, guys. You know what it is. My name is Maximilian, and I must know. Thank you for joining me today on
Sempre
Sensify.
questa storia che lei la chiamo Gloria, Gloria sui tuoi fianchi.